Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about one big transfer news, and that is going to be about Luis Diaz, because it has been said that Barcelona are interested in Luis Diaz. More specifically, Deco is the one that wants him in. We're going to be talking about that first, and later in this video, we're going to be talking about Barcelona betting on Ferran Torres and wanting to extend him for more years. And then lastly, we're going to quickly run through other contract renewals regarding Frenkie, Jong, Szczesny, and Inigo Martinez. All of this is going to be talked about for today's video. I hope you guys do enjoy it, but let's talk about the big news of today. And it says here, according to David Ornstein, one of the most credible sources in football today, who has claimed that Barcelona's admiration for Luis Diaz is genuine, and Deco in particular is keen on his signing. So this is not the first time we have talked about Luis Diaz. We have talked about Luis Diaz since last year, and mainly because Barcelona are in search for a left wing reinforcement. I honestly do think that Rafinha is getting so good that I don't even think that Barcelona can find a player out there in Europe that can be better than Rafinha today. I honestly think that Barcelona will go out there into the market and say, okay, we need somebody that is good enough to just rotate with Rafinha, because Rafinha is going to be our starter for the next couple of years. Because, like, let's be honest here, Rafinha has been so good that he has even been in the conversation of a Ballon d'Oro. You do not just say, okay, yeah, he's in the conversation of winning a Ballon d'Oro, but he's still going to be the second choice to whoever we do want to bring in the next season. No, that's not going to happen. Rafinha has reached a whole other different level. And so I do think that if Luis Diaz were to come at FC Barcelona, he would have to understand that he would not be the primary choice, but he will still be getting some minutes here and there because of rotation. And Luis Diaz, to me, is a good player. If we look at the past 7 seasons for him, he has been very consistent. And currently right now, he is having the best season of his life, playing 41 matches, scoring 13 goals, and providing 4 assists. He is on track on beating his previous numbers from last season and currently having 10 games less. Diaz's shooting efficiency represents one of the most impressive statistical attributes through his career. And in this season, he has maintained a shooting accuracy of 59.38%, with 19 of his 32 shots finding the target, which places him in the 80th percentile among Premier League attackers. So this does demonstrate his elite level finishing capabilities. Also, his shot conversion rate of 25% places him on the 87th percentile, which reflects his exceptional efficiency and averaging a goal every 4 shots attempted. This type of efficiency is very valuable in order for us to understand what type of quality Diaz is. It does demonstrate his ability to maximize limited opportunities rather than just relying on volume shooting, meaning that he does not need a lot of opportunities and goal scoring chances to get his goal. He only needs about 2 or 3 chances and he'll get a goal for you. And knowing the context of FC Barcelona, Barcelona do generate a lot of goal scoring opportunities. And so Luis Diaz is going to be having a lot of fun if he were to join. Also, his 0.53 goals per 90 places him in the 96th percentile among Premier League players this season. And we also know that 2.29 shots per 90 also places him on the 93rd percentile, and 1.36 shots on target per 90 places him on the 94th percentile. So he does demonstrate an elite level of output in terms of volume and accuracy. And when we compare Diaz to Rafinha this season, just look at this, right? In terms of key passes, attacking actions, assists, expected goals plus expected assists, Rafinha is better, but that is because Rafinha is playing under a much better team, which is FC Barcelona. Luis Diaz, under the correct environment and under a great system like Hansi Flick's Barcelona, Luis Diaz's numbers would blossom and just shoot up when it comes to key passes, assists, and attacking actions. Luis Diaz is better in carries and dribbles. As expected, Luis Diaz is much more of a elite dribbler compared to Rafinha. We have talked about this before. Rafinha and Luis Diaz have 2 very different weapons. Rafinha is somebody who can attack the spaces and score the goal after 1 to 2 touches. Luis Diaz is the one that can receive the ball in the final third, take down 1 to 2 players, and find a cross into the box that leads towards a midfielder or a striker scoring the goal. Luis Diaz does the heavy lifting for you. Now, what's most important, it is going to be what happens when you take out Rafinha and you put in Luis Diaz and you need to press up top, like when you want to force the errors. Clearly here, we can see that Rafinha is still better than Luis Diaz when it comes to the defensive numbers. Successful tackles per 90, Rafinha is better. Blocks per 90, Rafinha is better. Clearances per 90, Rafinha is better. Headed clearances per 90, Rafinha is better. Does this make Luis Diaz a weak player up top in terms of pressing? I don't think so. When we do see Diaz, he is somebody who always gives in 110%. It's just that Rafinha is a completely different monster when having to press. The only thing Diaz does have over Rafinha, it is the interceptions per 90, and that's basically it. But like I've said, under the correct orders, under the correct guidance, under Hansi Flick, Luis Diaz's numbers are going to skyrocket. Because if Hansi Flick can skyrocket the numbers of Pedri, Frenkie, Balde, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, and everybody else, the same thing is going to go on with Luis Diaz, and I do think that that is what Deco is looking at right now. He is saying, I am a huge admirer of Luis Diaz. He is somebody that always leaves blood, sweat, and tears on the pitch. With a better system, like with FC Barcelona, Luis Diaz will become a world-class player. And I can see the vision. I honestly do see what Deco is trying to paint here. It's going to be beautiful. Moving on towards the next conversation, and let's talk about Ferran Torres. It says here that Deco would like to begin discussions around a new contract for Ferran Torres soon. Flick and the club are all counting on him. We also know that Barcelona's priority is to sign a long-term replacement for Lewandowski, and Deco is a big fan of Isaac's goal scoring and his versatility, given he can play on the left as well. So we're not going to be talking about Isaac for today. I'm going to be pushing that back just for this video and talk about it in a whole other separate video. Let's just focus on the fact that Barcelona are currently looking for a long-term replacement for Lewandowski and the fact that they want to renew the contract of Ferran Torres. To be honest, I do think that in the future, Barcelona will try and go for either Julian Alvarez or Erling Haaland. We're talking about 2026 and beyond. I don't necessarily believe that in this upcoming summer, Barcelona will find a reinforcement on the striker position. Ferran Torres, as a matter of fact, just told TV3 that if the club considers looking for another forward, then good. I can welcome the competition very well. Ferran Torres does not seem like he is afraid of competition up top, but I honestly do not think that Barcelona will sign a number 9 in the upcoming summer, because when I look at Lewandowski in his current form, he is still the top goal scorer in La Liga. Yes, I know that he does have some weaknesses, but overall, Lewandowski has not dropped his form. And when we speak about Ferran Torres, every time he is placed up top and needs to rotate with Lewandowski, Ferran Torres does the job very well. I remember Hansi Flick stated 6 months ago that for his project and for his first season at Barcelona, he is going to revolve the striker position around Ferran Torres and Lewandowski because he believes that those two players are enough. And I am seeing that Lewandowski and Ferran Torres, they are enough. They can score goals. Lewandowski, when given the minutes, he scores. When Ferran Torres comes in on the 60th minute and needs to play 20 to 25 minutes, he scores. And I expect nothing less going on to the next season, especially knowing that they have more time under Hansi Flick. Ferran Torres this season has played in 31 matches, scored 11 goals and 3 assists. You would assume that, oh yeah, because it's 31 matches, he should be scoring much more goals and providing much more assists. But if you look underneath those 31 matches, on average, he has only been playing 25 to 35 minutes, which is really not a lot of game time. So he has been very effective this season when given the chance. As a matter of fact, when you compare these numbers to the previous season under Xavi Hernandez, he has already tied the numbers with 11 goals and 3 assists. And Ferran Torres still needs to play about 11 to 12 more games to tie the total amount of appearances he had last season. So he's definitely going to be upping his numbers. Now, overall, just looking at the goals and the assists, just that, right? And we're not looking at games or the hidden context behind the games and how many minutes they played. Overall, his best season has been in the 2020-2021 season, where he played 36 matches, scored 13 goals and 3 assists. Ferran Torres literally just needs 2 more goals to tie his best season ever, and that was at City. Keep in mind that Ferran Torres is still very young. He's only 25 years old. He's gonna get better from here. I mean, like, bro, like Rafinha is finally peaking at the age of 28 years old, right? He's a late boomer, and I believe that Ferran Torres can paint the same story. 25 years old, has a contract with Barcelona until 2027. If we can extend Ferran Torres for another 2 years, that will be okay. Take him until the age of 29 years old. The best of Ferran Torres is yet to come. And so now lastly, we're going to quickly run through these new contract renewals. It says here that Frenkie de Jong has told his agent that he wants to renew his contract now, and the club believes the best of Frenkie is back. And so if you ask me, do I think that Barcelona should renew the contract of Frenkie? Yes, I do. Yes, I know that we still have Marc Bernal and so forth, but like I've said, depth is very important. And Frenkie has been with us since 2019, and I do think that with the performances that he has been giving out lately, he does deserve a contract renewal. Keep in mind that just because we renew a player for more years and maybe we may not like it, this is also going to potentially rise the price of the player in case we do want to sell him in about 2 years. So it's a win-win situation for FC Barcelona. As for Szczesny, it says here that if Szczesny ends up staying, a new goalkeeper won't be signed, and Hansi Flick has given his approval to renew Szczesny's contract for 1 more year. Only the keeper's yes is missing, and he prefers to wait until the end of the season. And so let me ask you guys this: are you guys satisfied with the services of Szczesny? Because to me, I am. I do think that Szczesny has showed up in multiple occasions. Yes, he had a rough start in the beginning. Yes, he made some mistakes like clashing with Alejandro Balde, but everything does take time, and Szczesny is showing that he is quickly adapting to Barcelona's style of play. He knows how to block shots. He knows how to make those passes to one of of the midfielders. He's extremely tall. No one can win those aerial duels against him. As a matter of fact, Szczesny has been so good that he's going to give Ter Stegen a run for his money next season if he does stay. I also like the fact that Szczesny is becoming much more of a leader because he has so much experience, so much maturity, so much skin in the game. Players like Araujo, Kubarsi, Balde, and Jules Koundé are going to need that at the back. So speaking about the back line, we also do have some great news regarding Inigo Martinez. After selling Vitor Roque, La Liga has confirmed that Inigo is officially registered under his new contract for the next season, and because of that, Inigo Martinez's contract has been renewed until 2026. I do think that Inigo Martinez deserved this contract renewal because of what he has given us. I'm not going to lie, I did underestimate Inigo Martinez in the beginning of the season. I'm like, okay, Inigo Martinez, yeah, he's old, he's probably finished, he's probably here to collect a paycheck, and that's it, right? I was opting for Bastoni to come in or somebody like Jonathan Tah to replace Inigo Martinez by the end of this season, but Inigo Martinez has been so good. He is going to be our starter for the rest of the season. I cannot see a backline without Inigo Martinez because of just how well he does gel with the other midfielders. He's very intense. I always see him trying to captain the backline, and we do need his experience. So congratulations to Inigo Martinez for proving everybody wrong, especially me, and I do wish him the very best. Inigo Martinez has been so good that it's starting to make me think that Andreas Christensen will no longer have a role at FC Barcelona by next summer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.